Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not new, thank you so much for coming back and checking out another video. So today I'm coming to y'all super relaxed and cozy and chill on this early Saturday morning to talk about an experience that I had. So as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about my experience at Dining with Darius Cooks. I know a lot of people want to know a few things before they go, so that's what I'm here to do today. I'm going to give a disclaimer before I start. I do like Darius. I do follow him. I am what I would consider a D-Hive member, so I'm going to put that out there before I get started. I have supported him. I have bought a lot of his things, and so when I had the opportunity to go to Dining with Darius this year, I took it. So how we're gonna do this is I'm first going to roll the clips of the actual event, and then after those finish, I will get into detail about my actual experience. So yeah, if you're not interested in seeing those clips are what I've been seeing everybody else post. Is the actual dinner party, not digging deep into their actual experience and explaining. So if you're not interested in seeing that, then I'm gonna put a timestamp up of where you can like start to see me actually talking about it. So yeah, let's roll those clips. Okay y'all, so we are pulling up to Dining with Darius.
Hey!
And
with Auntie Jackie.
And we're about to go in. It's 6:56. I don't see anybody getting out of their car, but we're gonna go ahead and go in. We have our Tupperware, and we're gonna see what this food is gonna be about. We're not in the best neighborhood, but hopefully the house is nice on the inside. So we shall see.
The Heights would have had some character.
I know. Oh, let me pull up the tickets. Oh, because you know I got the other 3 people that's supposed to be coming.
Oh, okay. Do you actually know them or no? Okay.
I don't know.
Here. No.
Thank you. From Ross.
Let me see those.
I got them like 2 years ago from Ross.
Those are real cute.
Thank you.
They look small.
Not bulky.
Yeah, whoever did this house was really cute.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can tell, like, the fence and all that.
Yeah.
So, cute house. It's 2 minutes till.
I think I saw somebody go in.
Did you ring the doorbell?
I'm right here.
Oh, here she go. Never mind. He called it for you, Kyra.
Kira. Hey.
There you go. All right. Hey, come on in. Watch your step as you go down, okay?
I'm trying to pull up
You
my
good?
ticket.
Go have a seat.
Okay.
All right. Watch your step.
Thank you.
Nobody got their dresses before that ticket.
Okay. Where do you sit? Over here. Hello.
Years, so please try to pace yourself. If you don't, it could just be a lot. Too much after the course, you're gonna be like, I'm over it. Darius, this is too much, okay? Mark my words. Pace yourself, okay? I'll explain every course to you before we serve it, and then you guys know exactly what you're going to have. So right now, you don't know what you're about to eat, okay? Unless you've been fooling around on Instagram with the hashtag, trying to see what everybody else was having before you got here for the last 4 nights, okay? All right, the restroom is right there, first door to your left, okay? So you'll see them bouncing around doing stuff, all right? It's a loaded chicken and waffle Caesar salad, all right? So let me explain what we did. Usually when I go get a Caesar salad, I like all the other stuff that go in the salad too. So I did that. Okay, we took waffles, turned them into garlic croutons. Give you a little bit of fried chicken on top, because the salad should have fried chicken, right? And the dressing is a lime Caesar dressing, all right? So if you do me a favor and make a lot of room in the middle of the table, I will bring it out for you, okay?
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to just drop it.
What about
It was very good.
the chicken on top?
Excellent.
You like it?
Uh-huh.
Great, because that came from the Popeyes down on the West Side. That's the only street I know. The West Side is the only street I know. At 16. All right, let me tell you what's the next. All right. Is West Side on this 16?
Yes.
It is.
Don't play with me. All right, just one. I got one fact right, and it's the belt loop. By that much I know.
The belt loop.
So let me tell you what's next. All right, when I was growing up on the west side of Chicago, my grandmother used to make these collard greens and cabbage, and she would mix it together. And I always thought it was so good. Don't worry, I didn't make them tonight. I'm just playing. So we got a little collard green and cabbage mixed together with probably a little too much smoked turkey. So let me apologize right now for that, okay? No such thing? Okay. And I said, well, if I'm gonna give you collard green, I gotta give you a little piece of cornbread. I'm telling you what else I said. I said, I'm gonna give you a little condiment on the side that I happen to like, okay?
Watermelon chow chow.
Okay? And I know y'all like, Gary, did you just put greens and cornbread and watermelon together? And did. Okay? All right. Let me tell you what's next. What was I saying? Oh, we ain't really got a discussion. So we just put together. Okay. Okay. We have a little lemon pepper honey fried chicken. Okay. And so what I said, I put lots on my So I said, well, let me use honey fried chicken.
With the biscuits.
We got to do a little biscuit with a little honey butter to go with that. Right. And then I said, well, you know what we should do now? I should make a little condiment that goes with the biscuit. It's called a bacon and tomato confit. Okay. So I just dab a little bit on what goes along the way. And, you know, it's what it is. I'll bring it out to you, okay?
All right.
Y'all alright?
Yes.
Ooh, y'all full in there? Fried chicken is alright? Little tomato confit is alright? Good. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed it. Alright, let me tell you what's next. Alright? I already told you I grew up on the west side of Chicago. And we do a little thing on Fridays. Where we fry a little fish and have a little spaghetti. We're from Chicago. So that's all we did was a little fish and spaghetti. That's it. This ain't even nothing. It's real simple. Okay? Let me explain to you what it is, though. That way you know what you're gonna have. So the spaghetti is actually a chicken bolognese. It's made with a lot of Pinot Noir in the background. On top is a whipped ricotta cheese, and then you have fresh basil on top of the pasta. Okay? The fish is whitefish, flounder, and salmon that we dipped in buttermilk deep fried. And then we're going to give you a little honey hot sauce to go with it. The only thing that's missing is a little garlic bread to go with it. So we gave you that too, okay? All right, here we go. Salmon and shrimp, Cajun and brown sugar roasted it for you. When you put it over the bed, roasted,
on your green.
They're going to ask you what I said. I don't know why. But they're going to say, what's this again? cheer for you. And people say, what is this again? Now let me say this again, all right? Now we took salmon and shrimp, brown sugar and Cajun roasted in the oven. It's sitting on top of a bed of roasted sweet potato grits. Okay? On top there is a cognac cream sauce and a little bit of crispy meats. Okay? Yeah, so, you know, yeah, it's real simple. This ain't nothing, all right? Alright, let me tell you what I got next. Here's what we do, alright? Nothing special. Okay? We just took a couple of ribeye steaks.
Ramon didn't take 2 hours today.
That was the first thing he got down pat now. He got it down now. A couple of ribeye steaks that we seasoned with jerk seasoning and then smoked on the grill for it. So a little smoked jerked ribeye situation. Okay, we have a little dirty rice that we made with ground chicken and a little wilted spinach on the side. On top of the steak, you have a garlic lime butter. Okay?
Garlic what?
Lime butter. Okay? I'm gonna start this over because it's y'all's song. Alright? Especially you. I don't even know your name, but you've been jamming and singing every song come on. Okay? There you go. I'm looking around, making sure everybody's of color. I don't want to offend nobody. Sometimes we have others that come. All right. So we just did a little pineapple cognac pound cake. Let's see. On top of the pound cake, we gave you a little cognac caramel, and then we have a little cognac whipped cream on the side. All right. So I'm gonna start the Frankie Beverly.
If you got it, it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no one for guessing. No more than emotionally invested. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh, if I let you, you'll take me for granted. Yeah. If I'm worth more than you could.
I think, because he kept saying pace yourself, but I think everybody was trying to be
Considerate of the other people.
except for that chick. Girl, when she threw all that stuff on her plate, I was like,
No, she got me when she was taking this up and scraping the sauce up with her fingers. I was like,
She's, ooh, girl, I said, she's a lowlife.
All right, so now that you've seen those clips, I'm gonna dive into everything from start to finish. And I have actually written down some notes so that I don't forget anything. So if you see me looking at my phone, you'll see my phone. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. I purchased tickets in April 2021. I purchased 5 tickets. At that point, I bought tickets for myself and 4 of my family members. And we are careful with COVID. So we figured, you know, by January of the next year, like 8-9 months later, we should be good. So my date was January 9th, 2022 in Houston, Texas. So as the time came closer, when our date came about in January, Omicron had skyrocketed. That's when everybody was getting sick. Literally every day somebody I knew was getting sick with COVID. So 3 of my family members decided that they didn't want to go so I had to sell the tickets. But before that, I emailed Darius and asked him what he was doing in regards to COVID, and he responded basically saying that you would liken this experience. I'm gonna read exactly what he said because I don't want to not. He said, "Hi, unfortunately, we have to treat this just like another restaurant or grocery store experience. There's no mask mandate by state, therefore you have to do what you need to do to protect yourself. This is no different than going out to eat at a restaurant in the city for the evening." So what I just said was, I'm super excited about my experience. However, there's a significant rise in COVID, and I've heard in the past that you can't recommend that people be vaccinated. You can't require people to be vaccinated. I said, my question is, will there be a requirement for a negative PCR test for the dinners in early January? Please let me know your thoughts. And I told him that me and my guests would be taking the precautions to make sure that we're not sick and bringing COVID to the event. And that's what he told me, that you would liken it to going to a restaurant out in the city for the evening. And I have to disagree with that because, oh, let me preface by saying this. I am not naive to, one, the restaurant business, the catering business. I have been to dinners all around the world. I've eaten all around the world, from fried chicken and macaroni and cheese dinners to multi-course dinners at Michelin star restaurants. So keep that in mind. I am not naive to restaurants, pricings, portions. My mom has owned a restaurant, the same restaurant, since I was 2 years old. So I'm not naive to this whole business and how this thing works. So I want y'all to know that before I really get into everything. Because a lot of people just talk and they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know the background and how all of this has to happen. So I just want y'all to know that. So I said that, back to what I was saying, I said that I disagreed with you likening it to going out to a restaurant, because for one, in this experience, my guests, me and my 4 guests, us 5, would be at a table with 5 strangers. So at a restaurant, if we were going for a tasting menu, we could sit at one, if we wanted to sit in a dining room, we could sit at our own table with no other strangers at our same exact table. Or 2, we could go into one of their private wine rooms, a private dining room. So that I did not agree with. It's not likened to going out to eat. My dog is up under me, that's why I'm looking down, but I didn't agree with that, so I said whatever. I ended up selling 3 of the tickets to people in Houston. I sold 3 of the tickets. So anyway, that was a done deal. So me and 1 other guest were going, and so we got there. You know that he sends the address the night, not the night of, he sent it at exactly what time? He sent it at 12:52 the day of. So the area that the dinner was in, so I know that he gets Airbnbs, and I know that there's like variables to these Airbnbs. One, he wants it to be, you know, centrally located, not too far out, you know, to where everybody can get to it. I know that the host has to be willing to allow him to do what he needs to do. So there's variables, I get that. But the area that we were in, 1, to me, didn't really represent Houston, and 2, it wasn't the best area in terms of safety. We were in the hood. We were in A-Leaf. We were in the hood. And I feel like the house there's nothing wrong with the house itself. It was beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside. The house worked, but it's just the area. I feel like we could have been in a better area, 1, for Houston, and 2, for Dining with Darius Cooks. I'm going to Dining with Darius Cooks in Houston, and I had to pull up to A-Leaf to do it. Like, I really, that was kind of like, okay, you know, we're gonna see. So that was the deal on the location. So we got there and the courses started. So as you know, there were 7 courses. The place settings were nice. I'm gonna put up a picture of the place setting. It was nice china. You know, I'll insert pictures. So there was nothing wrong with the place setting. We were close, we were tight. So if you know anything about tables, I don't know if it was a 60-inch table, but 10 people around a table is tight. Let alone in a residential this isn't a villa, this isn't a mansion, a basic residential living room. So everybody was pretty tight together. I'm also gonna say this, I did not eat anything the whole time I was there because of COVID. Like, we're not playing with COVID. My guests did try some things, but I did not eat anything. I ate when I got home. And before I talk about anything, all of the food was delicious. Everything was tasty. There was nothing wrong with the taste of the food. Everything was good. So let that be known. So that was the place setting. So we're gonna get into course 1. Course 1 was a chicken and waffle Caesar salad with the lime Caesar dressing, really tasty. Yeah, everything was really tasty. So what I did when the courses came around, I automatically put my food in my Tupperware container because I knew that I wasn't eating anything there. Call me weird, call me crazy. Yeah. The second course was the collard greens and cabbage with cornbread and the watermelon chow chow. Everything was good. I'm gonna post a picture of this. But for me, the cornbread, the pieces of cornbread were probably like 1 by 2 inch pieces, and there were exactly 11 pieces of cornbread on the plate. So when you're eating greens and cornbread 1 by 2 inch pieces and you only have 11 pieces, that means there's not enough for leftovers. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know how, you know, cornbread is cheap to make. This is what I'm getting at. Cornbread is cheap to make. So to have those little bitty pieces, I felt like we needed more cornbread, or a larger piece. And what I will say is I've been looking at content from these dinners within the last few weeks after my dinner, and the pieces of cornbread have been bigger. So I don't know if there's an inconsistency with how they portion things, but we needed some more cornbread, and cornbread is so cheap to make. And like I said, I understand the bottom line, I understand your profit, like I get that, but cornbread is so cheap to make. Like, oh, and I forgot to mention that I don't know how much the tickets were when I paid. I bought 5 tickets and my total was $1,075. So just so you know. So that was the cornbread and collard greens and cabbage with turkey. Again, everything was tasty, but the cornbread, we needed some more cornbread because there was none left over after. The third course was a lemon pepper honey buttermilk fried chicken and biscuits. This is another thing. The chicken was good, the biscuits were good with the bacon and tomato confit. Everything was delicious, but the biscuits were like the size of silver dollars. Like, they were so small, and I have seen larger biscuits in recent weeks. So I know that he's like, he doesn't have a biscuit cutter and he just finds whatever he can where he is, but I really would have appreciated a larger biscuit. And then along with, we were getting chicken tenders. Like, I get that chicken wings are super expensive, but I would have appreciated like a larger chicken tender. What we were getting were like, they weren't even tenders, they were like closer to like a mix between a tender and a nugget. So yeah, so that was course 3. Super delicious, but I said what I said. Course 4 was fish and spaghetti. I believe, I don't know if I know it was salmon. I don't know if it was flounder or whiting. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I do have it recorded. I don't remember. But it was served with honey hot sauce. The spaghetti was super tasty. It had ground chicken and it had whipped ricotta on top. I kid you not, there was probably like this much whipped ricotta on the top. I say that to say, after 1 or 2 people had gotten their serving of spaghetti, there was no more whipped ricotta. And so I feel like the ricotta should be on the side. I get you wanting that pop of color, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that the ricotta was gone after 1 or 2 people. But everything was delicious. Everything was super, super tasty. So yeah, I needed more ricotta. The fish were like little niblets, like the chicken. Oh, and we had garlic bread. The garlic bread was really, really good. Everything was good. But just this portioning for the food cost, and all food is high, but for the type of food and the portioning, it just wasn't adding up. Just like those flour and butter that's cheap. Cornmeal and some eggs, that's cheap. So I feel like in the stuff that didn't cost that much, we received small portions. In chicken breast, you know, as compared, if you're not going to use chicken wings, you're going to use chicken breast, give us a larger chicken tender, you know. So yeah, the 5th course was a roasted sweet potato grits with the brown sugar roasted salmon and shrimp. Totally yummy. I have nothing to say about that. It was topped with the fried leeks. Totally yummy. Course 6 was the jerk ribeye with the garlic lime butter, and it had chicken dirty rice and sauteed spinach. So the ribeye for me was a little over. Like, it was a little over. It wasn't a medium. It wasn't a medium well. It was leaning towards well. And I get having to please like a large crowd, but the steak was a little over. There was too well with that. Chicken dirty rice was super tasty, and we had a little corner of spinach. I mean, I feel like everybody probably got like a spoonful of spinach. We had more dirty rice than spinach, but spinach, I feel like we should have had some more. Course 7 was the pineapple pound cake. It had like a caramel drizzle and a cognac whipped cream. And I will say that I've ordered cakes from Darius when he was doing Carolina pound cakes, and the pineapple, whatever it was, Hennessy pound cake, whatever, the pineapple pound cake from Carolina pound cakes was better than this one. I like, hands down, it was better. So I don't know what was different. Well, I do know what was different, but I don't know why it was different, being that it's coming from the same same company. So yeah, that's everything about the actual food. In terms of the serveware that was on the table, I felt like he already had like the china that we were eating off of, but the things that he was serving the stuff in was like plastic, like melamine like bowls. And I felt like we should have had, I don't know if it's a matter of it being too heavy for people to take around the table. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's traveling with something that's lighter, but I did not like our serveware, or what he was putting in the middle of the table, that it was like plastic. Like, I didn't like that at all. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, in terms of the overall vibe, it was a great vibe. He definitely has a target audience. He definitely has a particular crowd, but the vibe was great. The music was great. Everybody was nice. Have nothing bad to say about that. In terms of sanitation, you know that when you go to family style dinners, other people are going to be touching the utensils, yada yada. But what I didn't like was, oh, and I missed the limoncello sangria. So yummy. That's what we had to drink, limoncello sangria. So yummy. So in terms of sanitation, there was people at my table that, I guess, I mean, you don't know who you're sitting with. These are strangers. Everybody doesn't have the same table etiquette, but you just have to be considerate of others. Some people, I guess, maybe don't think, but she was literally dipping her food out and touching her plate with that same utensil. So what I made sure to do is to be the first one to touch the utensils, because that, to me, she had already eaten off the plate. And with COVID, I mean, typically in regular times that would be kind of like oof, but especially in COVID, like, And then when you take your glass and you're touching the lip of your glass with the pitcher, like, no. So that's the only thing I didn't like about, you know, sanitation. And then the next sanitation thing is when all the tables are done with whatever course, everything is dumped into one container. I get conserving space, but when it's time to go get your leftovers, you're picking out of all 3 tables. So that's why I just made sure to get my leftovers while I was at the table. Yeah, while it was at my table and I could see what was going on. That's just me. Call me crazy maybe, but that's just me. So yeah, the whole experience, the food was great, the vibe was great. What I mentioned was just a few things that I noted that I was like, again, I've eaten everywhere, I've eaten everything everywhere, paid. I have no problem with paying for food, but I do feel like it should make sense. And he often mentions his white counterparts and, you know, how much they charge and what you get from them. And take what you will from what I just said. So I know that he has tickets. He just posted yesterday that he has tickets going on sale for 2023. I have seen the Houston dates. So I would go again. I would go again, but now that I know how things go, my expectations are where they need to be. If you're a fan of Darius and you want to go, I say go. I say experience it. I say go. I did take my book to get signed. This is my stories book. As I said, I've purchased a lot of things from Darius. And I called him my fave while I was there, so he signed it. Darius, aka your fave. So again, this was in no way bashing. I don't see how you could get that I was bashing anything. This is just my honest experience and opinion and stating the fact. Actually, it's not even my opinion, it's stating facts. So yeah, that was my experience of being at Dining with Darius Cooks, Houston 2022. I am considering going in 2023. Like I said, go if you want to go. If you like Darius, you want to try his food, I say go. The vibe is great. The food was great. He was great. He was everything that you see on all of the lives. So yeah, that is my full honest opinion, review, recap. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna leave both my food Instagram and my regular Instagram on the screen. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.